Web3 TV.
Hello and welcome to Web3 TV. I'm Lisa Amnegard, and today we're at the Dubai FinTech Summit 2025. Joining me right now is Shailesh Deshpande, Head of Growth at Jocata. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Lisa. Thanks for having me.
And how's the summit been so far for you?
Oh, it's been great. This is the second year here. We've been partners and sponsors at the event. It's always exciting to come to Dubai and kind of meet some of our customers and talk to prospective ones and see what's happening in the market. And it's exciting. I think just listening to all the speakers and relating that with what we do in this market is quite heartening.
Definitely. And you are a digital lending platform. So can you tell me a little bit more about what's happening at Jocata and how you are expanding?
Sure. So we are an India headquartered B2B technology company. We work with banks, fintech, non-bank lenders to essentially help them onboard, underwrite, and give credit to their retail, SME, corporate customers. There's secured, unsecured lending that happens on our platform. We've had customers in this region for a couple of years now. We work with one of the first digital banks in the market. We just signed up a non-bank lender. And we're setting up an office here in DIFC. Very excited to be here under the innovation license. We are registering ourselves and will be expanding in the region. So, yeah, a lot of exciting things happening at Jocata as in fintech, and we are happy to be part of this revolution.
Definitely. So, in terms of opportunities you see here in the region, where do you see there's most room for innovation?
So, a couple areas that I think are SME credit is a big theme that we find everywhere. Access to finance and this whole risk perception that SMEs have inside banks stops them from having access to ready finance. So I think SME credit is something we'll be focusing on. Green finance is another very big theme, which is where I think we are going to deploy solutions in this market and address some of those needs. Regulation-wise, I think there's a lot of exciting things happening. The regulator is quite forward-looking here in this region, and in last few years, we've seen a lot of new things. E-invoicing, which is something that was just implemented here in this market, is a big step towards democratizing access to credit for SMEs. So we plan to take advantage of some of this forward-looking technology and regulation, and so work with customers in the region and expand our footprint.
It's very exciting. You're expanding in the UAE. And also, it's an exciting time to be in fintech right now, and especially when it comes to implementing technology. So how are you at Jocata implementing AI or other emerging technologies into your services?
Sure. See, artificial intelligence is, you can't go to a conference and not talk about AI these days. But we at Jocata have been working with AI now for more than 5 years. There are very, very specific use cases on the customer underwriting and scoring, fraud detection and monitoring, identification of documentations using LLM, etc. So a lot of that work that has been going on within the company, you will start seeing that being released as product features. There are two major ways in which we use AI within our platform. The first one, obviously, is our machine learning based scoring models for the retail and SME customers. It allows a lender to look at financial and non-financial data, bank statement data, VAT data, transaction data that allows them to essentially underwrite a customer in real time. So we use machine learning models for that. The second area, which is very exciting, is agentic AI, which is where we're doing a lot of investments to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of the bank users, whether it's a relationship manager or an operations user or a credit underwriting teams. We are deploying AI agents that will make them anywhere between 50 to 100 times more efficient and more accurate in what they do, so that as the bank or the fintech business scales, they don't need to necessarily keep adding people to their
Okay, interesting. So kind of making the business more effective.
Yes.
But what's really interesting, what you said, was how you're allowing AI based evaluate whether a customer can get a loan or not.
Yeah.
So tell me, how do they make those decisions?
So there's a lot of background work and backtesting and model tuning and governance that goes into that, because AI requires explainability, because traditionally people have looked at AI as a black box and you want to be able to explain to a regulator why you've taken a decision to lend or not to lend. So we try to bring that explainable component into our AI models. The models themselves are trained on historical data, and the historical data could be of retail customers, of SMEs, or corporate customers. It looks at hundreds of different dimensions about the behaviors, business growth, repayments, etc. And we look at all of this information to build a model that can predict and correlate the credit default risk of that customer.
So that is also based on the fact that, let's say, this customer might not have credit history, right?
That's correct.
Which
That's
is
correct.
very, very useful in a country like the UAE, where many people are moving to the country for the first time, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And I think for new to credit or thin file customers, as they're called, if there isn't enough historical data, banks are risk averse. They don't want to lend to people they don't understand very well.
Yeah.
And we want to be able to use customers' data as almost as a collateral to say, hey, somebody has displayed disciplined financial behavior and they should be rewarded for it.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea.
Yeah. Which is better for everyone.
Yes.
The banks are winners, the customer is a winner. So
I agree.
It's a good solution. Well, if anyone wants to learn more or find you, how can they best get in touch? Or if there's a website?
They can find out about us at www.jocata.com. That's JOCATA.com. Personally, they can connect with me on LinkedIn and get to know more.
And when will you be launching in the UAE?
So we are already live with customers here in the UAE. We are within about 3 to 4 weeks. We should have our office ready and going as well. So we'll have local presence in the market.
Exciting.
So excited to be here.
Yes, it's very exciting. Well, thank you so much for speaking with me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Lisa. Likewise.
And I'll be bringing you more interviews. My name is Lisa Amnegard, and you're watching Web3 TV.
Web3.